action is, and the Cowboys are ready for the Redskins.
He's going long. Down the near sideline for Drew Pearson. Pearson makes the catch at the 5. Touchdown!
Up, wants to pass. Fires it deep for goalie Richards. Caught, touchdown!
Tony Dorsett is in the record books. 99 yards.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Texas Stadium.
Touchdown! Oh, what a play!
How about them Cowboys?
Touchdown, Emmitt Smith. Picked up by the Cowboys. Larry Brown may score.
Move over, sweetness. Make a place for Emmett.
All right, let's fire up. Let's fire up. I hope you guys are ready for this. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you coming and listening to me go on a little bit. So the Dallas Cowboys Content Marketing Combine. So there are about 15,000 college football players right now. And every year, the NFL drafts about 250 of those players to come up to the league. Super high stakes, super competitive to get in. When you think about what it means to a general manager or to a coach or to a scout, they put a lot of emphasis on who they're drafting, and their jobs and their salaries depend on it. So they hold this thing called the NFL Combine, where they measure these athletes on speed, strength, and agility, basically the three main things. When a player does well and is on the top of these charts, he is drafted early on, and it's amazing. When he does not, he falls off and falls out. When you think about content, when I think about content, it basically comes down to measuring these three same exact things: speed, strength, and agility. A little quick introduction on myself. My name is Matt O'Neill. I'm a senior director of brand and media. It's kind of a mouthful. When people ask me what I do, I tell them I run the Cowboys brand. I always get followed up with, what does that mean? You guys are marketers. You can probably have some idea. At the Dallas Cowboys, it's a little bit different. But anything that touches the brand comes through me. It basically falls into three main buckets. One is all our creative services, our marketing, our advertising, our branding. The second one is we do a ton of content production. So all our TV, our radio, all our digital properties, being internet and social and mobile, and our print publications as well. And then the third main bucket is all event presentation. So you guys come to an event at AT&T Stadium, Cowboys game or otherwise, and I'm ultimately responsible for what goes on that beautiful, gigantic, 60-yard long, center-hung video screen, and everything else that goes on entertainment-wise and fan engagement-wise on game day. A small confession to make today. I have a confidence problem. So I've been told. The problem is not that I lack confidence. It's quite the opposite. I think about one of my first presentations to my group when I came to the Cowboys 2 years ago. I put Deion Sanders on this slide with his hands up to the air, and I talked about swagger. I know many people like the humble route. And that's the way to go, and you keep humble, and you keep your head down, and you keep grinding, and it's just not for me, and it's not for my team. It's not it. It's not the answer. And I tell my guys all the time, like, I want you to have swagger, and I need you to have swagger. I want you to come in my office when I'm on the phone, and you tell me to put the phone down because you have a video that you can't wait to show me. That you have an article that I have to read right now. It's that good. It's that kind of swag. You know, people with true swagger, real swagger, the one thing they know they're the best, straight up. They know they're on top. The second thing they know is that they're going to work so hard and they're going to stay on top for a long, long, long time. I can't walk up to the stage swinging my arm and grabbing my junk and telling you how great I am if tomorrow you're going to go grab my crown and I'm not going to be great anymore. I'm going to be second and third and fourth. Like, it's not it. That's not real swagger. That's just false bravado. I want people who are going to grind it and pound it. If we're not good at something, You pound it and you crush hours till you get great at it, till you get to be the best at it. You should never puff out your chest. There's no this. You should just build strength and skills, and then your chest just puffs out for you. These biceps are another story. I got to work on those. But true swagger. So when you're going to feel something today as I talk and as I go through our content and I go through what we're doing right now, and you're going to feel this swag on you. We work really hard at Dallas Cowboys to be as good as we are, and I'm really proud of that, and it shows. And that's where it all comes from. Brand is really strong. No surprise, there's not a presenter up here this week. I looked down a list of brands. It's all brands I admire. It's all brands we try to be in the same class as. We get it. All really powerful. When I first started talking to Chris and Colt, it was last summer. So we're coming off 4 straight seasons, 6-10, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. I don't know how well you know the sports business, but it's a death sentence for most teams. People stop coming to your games. They stop watching you on TV. They stop consuming your media. All these numbers up here, all number 1 in the NFL across the board, highest value team, page views, grew a little bit in Facebook, obviously, but number 1 in tickets, number 1 in sponsorship, they were all there. They all remain. This brand is really, really strong. America's team, it's not something we call ourselves, which is ironic because I put it on this slide. In our brand guidelines, we have the sentence that we must always aspire to earn the right to be called America's team. We're not America's team. We have to earn that right every single day. It shapes our mentality, all our employees' mentalities, and that's what we're trying to drive. You always aspire to earn that right. Whether you are a large brand like ours or a small brand that hasn't even begun yet, the key to growing your brand lies in content. Everyone knows what bad content does to a brand, right? It hurts. Damages the brand. What does good content do? Does nothing. Actually does nothing. I don't share good content. I don't go seek out your brand for a piece of good content. I don't move an inch for good content. You know, I always think about this, really funny. A lot of people freak out about the Facebook algorithm, right? Ooh, brands, Facebook's trying to screw us. They're taking away our customers. They put this algorithm in. They're screwing us. It's actually not true. I have a personal algorithm. Me, one-on-one communication, personal. If it's not so obvious, I don't know what the word algorithm means. What I do know is that when someone makes me truly think or laugh or truly genuinely smile or makes me feel some good emotion, that I want more of that person. I want them in my life more as a human being. When someone's telling me bad jokes or cheesy things and spewing irrelevant garbage at me, I want less of them as a human. We're going to go to happy hour at some point. I think there's a happy hour at some point tonight. And I'm going to talk to some of you guys. You tell me 5 bad jokes in a row, I am going to make an excuse and walk away before you can tell me the 6th. That is just the truth. I don't have time for it. I want to be around good people telling me funny stuff and cool stuff and interesting stuff. Nice people, genuine people. How many times do you think you should tweet? Or how many times you think you should do Facebook posts? The simple answer is as many times as you have great content. No. Twitter told me I should post 6 times to reach my maximum audience. 3 times on Facebook. So you're gonna post 9 times with mediocre content so you can deliver mediocre content to more of your audience. Or less than mediocre content. Absolutely great content. You have to raise your bar. You absolutely have to. I have some people ask me, why content marketing? I saw a great quote. There's a guy named Seth Godin, really smart guy. Gave a quote, and I saw it last week, and he was like, content marketing is all the marketing that's left. And I was like, ooh, I love that. I'm going to go to Bamford. I'm going to drop this knowledge on these guys. They think I'm smart. I started thinking about it. And he's actually incorrect. There's more to it, marketing, than that. But content marketing is the absolute first step. There's analytics, there's conversion, two big ones. You could argue content marketing plays a role, but I do get his point. The old banner ad, obviously, we all read this stuff, doesn't work anymore. Regular kind of marketing, advertising, it's just not the same anymore. You have to be better, and you get better through content. At work, I set a really high bar from the jump. So they created my position at the Cowboys, and they didn't have one before. So we had the head of sponsorship overseeing all of our content, essentially all of our brand. And you have a guy who's just charged with a revenue number and an expense number, and he's looking at content in a much different way than I am. So I walk into the building, immediately set a really high bar, and it was tough. Tough for my whole group and tough for the whole company to kind of start to wrap their arms around. And I am tough on my people, and I drive them for great content. But it's not just because I'm crazy. I happen to be crazy, but that's besides the point. What I do is there is psychology behind this. I found in my life, for myself, there are three things that affect my entire life more than anything else. It's my health, my relationship with my wife and kids, and my work. If I am crushing it at work, my relationship with my wife and kids is better. My free time's better, my sleep is better, I feel better health-wise. It affects every single thing. I sleep better, I eat better, my time with my friends is better, everything works. I have watched internally me setting this bar, my people jumping over it over and over and over again. And I have watched like personal transformations in people, and it's really incredible to see. They go from unsure, insecure, and unhappy to psyched and swag. First thing we need to talk about is content strength. I joke about it sometimes. One of the best things I've done at the Cowboys is hire this really young photographer. And it was the easiest decision I ever made. I walked in to do my first creative campaign, and I asked for pictures of our players, and I couldn't find anything I liked. The Dallas Cowboys, some of the coolest people on the planet play for our team. Des Bryant, ridiculously cool. He oozes cool. And I couldn't find shots of him that I wanted to use. So I find this kid, Jeremiah Jass is his name, J-H-A-S-S. Remember, he'll be famous one day. Super passionate, super talented. He changed the input to all our creative and still shots. Anyone in this room who works in anywhere near a city or suburb could probably take a rock and throw it and hit a passionate photographer. These guys will work for a song. This kid I think he was working in like a copy shop or something, I'm not exactly sure, but something that like, he was just working. I saw pictures he took of AT&T Stadium, which were better than anything I've ever seen. And we grabbed them and we got them, and now we have the best photography that I know of in the NFL. It can be that simple. You can get these guys in a really good way. You're giving them something they love, and you're getting ownership of unbelievable content. It's amazing and easy. I did the same thing in video. I was trying to create commercials, and we didn't have fan passion shots showing emotion. I mean, this sounds so simple, but you have to really think about this. The strength of your input will be the strength of your output. I brought a couple of videos today. I'm going to start, you saw one, but I'm going to play this next one just to set the stage for you. 4 terrible seasons in a row. Our fans are either apathetic, angry, or defensive. Even our truest fans didn't really believe that we were going to be good this year. Let's play this video. Talk after.
I want the Dallas Cowboys to be the pallbearer at my funeral so they can let me down one last time. Well, just give us your number.
Brandon Carr is overpaid and overrated. He's been getting burnt like toast all year. Shaking my head. Okay, Slaps. You got it.
Please donate your gently used hamstring to the Dallas Cowboys. It's for a good cause. People are
Wow, rewound that Cullen Jenkins sack. Travis Frederick has cinder block feet. All right.
Jason Witten. Slow as hell. LOL. But it works. True.
Dwayne Harris makes me so mad. He looks like the cinnamon from the Apple Jacks commercial. That's cute.
Why the would Jerry Jones waste money on Brandon Whedon? Jerry Jones has lost his mind.
Honest Boys fan. Brandon Carr can't even cover a receiver who was laying on his back. Brandon Carr can't even cover a receiver who is laying on his back.
Jeremy Parnell and Doug Free couldn't even be bouncers in a club.
Dan Bailey, you had one job. Hashtag fantasy football problems. It's pretty funny.
Cowboys defense is Ryan Reynolds in Green Lantern's bad. He was very bad in that movie.
Cole Beasley probably won't be getting too many red zone looks this year. Well, let's hope not anyway. Who cares what this guy thinks anyway, huh?
I like the Zach Martin pick, but it's like getting new socks for Christmas when you wanted an Xbox One.
Losing Brandon Carr seems like a good thing nowadays. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm going.
So I show you that video for two reasons. The first is because that video is the highest viewed video in the history of NFL team websites by 5 times. The right content, great content at the right time. It's perfect. The second reason to tell you is to tell you that your content does not have to be original. This is a straight ripoff of Jimmy Kimmel. Straight ripoff. I'm unashamed about it. I feel great about it. Matter of fact, I'm going to sit in the audience like you for the rest of these, and I'll be texting my guys back in Dallas, and when I land in Dallas, my guys will be working on your content ideas. It's the best part. I'm psyched about that. I'm really excited. I'm getting so many new ideas here. Outside of ripping off from a direct competitor, take anything else. Take anything else and everything else. Keep going. Great content. Second thing I'm going to talk about is speed. I'm not going to hit this one too hard. We all know right now how fast stories come and go. We all know. If you doubt that at all, ask yourself when the last cover of a magazine was blessed with the word Ebola. When was the last time you saw that lead on CNN or even be on the front page on CNN.com? Here today, gone tomorrow. That's it. You think Ebola is any less scary? You think it's taking any less lives right now? Any less of a threat? It's not. It's more of a threat. It keeps growing. You're not containing that in Africa right now. The story has no legs. If you had a great content idea based on Ebola, which God knows what that would be, but if you did, you lost it. It's over. You can put it out right now. It'll be a whisper. You'll softly whisper it out. You have to hit it timely. We dem boys. One quick story from the Cowboys this year. So I think it was our 4th or 5th game. Some of these weeks get a little confusing, so don't try to check my facts. But we beat Seattle. Humongous win. We come off that win, and our players start hashtagging We Dem Boys. So you guys may know this or not. There's a rapper out there named Wiz Khalifa. Talented kid. He was made famous by a song called Black and Yellow. Made famous by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Actually, a few years ago, he's a Pittsburgh guy. So he comes out with this song. We were on a meeting, our staff meeting on Tuesday. We start talking about it. Before the end of our meeting, we have Wiz's manager on the phone. In 24 hours, we have a deal agreed in principle. In 72 hours, we have a signed deal. In 5 days before our next home game, we have shirts on the shelves. We are stoking this hashtag, pressing it, using what's organic and what's already out there, and just stoking that fire. We created in-game videos, all the stuff. T-shirt, top 5 seller on the year for us. Hashtag top 2. We dem boys. It's actually funny because when we pulled these stats from Twitter, they pulled boys with an S. Idiots. So they might have even used TH in there. THEN. 2 weeks later, Wiz is in Dallas, so this all kind of works. He's in Dallas for a show. We get him out to the building. So we film him at our building, stoking it some more. He may or may not have smoked weed in our end zone. I left. I didn't want to be there anymore. But tell the guys, if we let this go, maybe this song dies. Maybe we lose the next week. We come out with a whisper as opposed to a scream. This lasts almost all year. It kind of died at the end. I'll get into that in a second. Speed of content. You see an opportunity, you better pounce, or that story is gone. The last thing I'm going to talk about today is agility. There will be opportunities within your brand that you have to seek out, learn from analytics, social listening, all that stuff we read about in every marketing article. You have to be agile enough to go get those opportunities and take advantage of them. You absolutely have to be. And don't tell me your marketing department's understaffed. You're just staffed. Jerry Sr. says if you're not thin, you're fat. Agility. So get to the Cowboys. Everyone keeps going on and on about how big our female fan base is. I kind of half buy it. We get our website demographics, 78, 79% male, no surprise. The content we put on our website is different, I guess, than a lot of people's. We cover our team like a newspaper or a local media company would cover our team. We consider ourselves a media company. So we go to Chicago this year, we're like 7-2. Chicago's like 3-7. 3 of our 4 writers pick Chicago to win. I'm like, why don't you guys go work for the Bears then? This is ridiculous. But that's how we want to cover our team. But it's hard-nosed football content. They used words that I did not know. Mike linebacker, Will linebacker, different things that I didn't know as a big football fan when I got there. So our content specifically is even heavier slanted male. So where are all the females? We go to Facebook. Our insights tell us our Facebook audience is about 48, 49% female. An obvious disconnect between what we're serving for content and all these females that have gravitated towards our brand. Really talented girl who works in our company named Stacy Good has led this charge for 5 Points Blue. It's a content, marketing, and events platform that serves up content that is more geared towards women. I try to choose those words carefully because men go to the site too. It's more snackable. It's not as hardcore football. It's more lifestyle. When my wife and I travel together, we go to the airport, go on that Hudson News or whatever the newsstand is that's there. We go to our magazine sections. They are really, really different. Our magazines look different. They tell you different content. If you don't know there's humongous differences between men and women, you are probably single right now. My wife and I go to different websites. They look different. They're laid out different. 5 Points Blue was launched in September. In November, we passed in the unique users some lower tier NFL teams' main websites. Opportunity, great content, great people leading the charge. Always helps. Next thing I'll talk about is Finish the Fight. So when I was a kid growing up, I grew up in New York, I was a Yankee fan. So I don't know how long this campaign went on for, but it's ingrained in my head. It was Yankees fever, catch it. Terrible if you think about it, but it is still ingrained in my head, so something, maybe it was just repetition, but it worked. And it was about driving kind of people around buying tickets and going to Yankee games. Going to sports, you see these teams do it every year. The Miami Heat, mercury rising, and they have this big thermometer and it's exploding and it's all red. White hot, Miami Heat, and they go through these things, and I kind of have joke about it, but when they're good, they work. They really work. Our brand is not the same, and we would never do that. Even if we needed to sell tickets, it just wouldn't happen. So when we were looking at this last year, met with a few agencies, couldn't really find much that we liked. Where we came to was this really kind of umbrella branding platform called the Cowboys Way. And I will say we slightly jabbed it this year. Did a few videos, hashtagged it a bunch of times, did some other content pieces about it. We created this umbrella, and then we let words come underneath it, words like passion and relentlessness and intensity. The Cowboys Way was a good, solid foundation for us this year. We embossed tickets with it. We did a bunch of stuff, but it allowed us flexibility. So I'll back you all the way up to training camp. We're supposed to be terrible. All our coaches are on their last year of their deal. We have 2 big-time players who are on their last year of their contract. Our defense was record-breakingly bad in 2013. Jason Garrett, our coach, leaves a shirt in the locker room of every one of our players, just fight, period. That's it. Gives me the chills when I say it because it means so much. It meant so much on so many levels. And we fought. Our guys literally fist fought each other in training camp. The Raiders came down to practice us. We fist fought them a bunch of times. They got out in that season, get drubbed in that first game. San Francisco, I think we lost, I don't know what it was, by 4 touchdowns in our building. And then we just gritted it out and we fought and fought and fought. So we're coming down towards this end of the season. And we're good. But we're looking at our standings and we're looking at our schedules remaining, and it's either us or Philadelphia. We could have finished 11-5 and missed the playoffs. And we knew it. So we wanted to come up with a campaign that would drive our fan base and urge them and urge our team and tie everything together. So fight became finish the fight. We told the whole story in our first big video. It's 4 minutes. I won't play that one for you. But amazing storytelling, a job well done, our most watched video of the year. Players grab onto it. Fans grab onto it. It just took off. We were agile enough with our entire branding campaign to see an opportunity that's amazing and then jump all over it. Hashtag went crazy. Trended #1 worldwide a bunch of different times. Our team delivered, which obviously really helped. Came out of our group a guy named Derek Eagleton, really, really smart guy. Amazing. Let's play the video.
No one gave us a chance. We surprised everyone but ourselves. Everyone who did not see us work, everyone who did not see us come together, we've earned their respect. But our goal is much bigger. We have fought hard together to win this round, and we have earned the right to continue to fight. But we want more. We need more. 4 more rounds, and we must land the knockout punch in every round. We know this journey will not be easy. This is the playoffs. Everything is elevated. The energy, the speed, the intensity. Today, we must all match that intensity. So stand up, get loud, and help our boys finish the fight.
We played this video in game, and about 6 sentences in, you couldn't hear it anymore. Place went ballistic. I had probably 15 writers come to me after the game and say they had to take medicine because they had headaches. It was playoffs, and they were starving for it. We're agile enough to do it. We were built to do this. This is basically it. Speed, strength, agility. Thank you all for listening.